Welcome to the shift, center of light shift, the new earth. The new earth, my God, we need a new one. The other one was broken, y'all. I took it to the mechanic shop. He charged me extra because he knows I don't know what I'm doing. Happy holidays. In all ways, to you and yours. But on the new earth, holidays are going to happen every day. Every day is going to be a holiday. Like the band The Scorpions. Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Season's greetings. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever makes you warm and fuzzage. KK, hello. See what's happening on YouTube. I see Dana Trotter up her. I saw your food post, Dana. Wow. I bet you've been baking goodies all day with your daughter, like you told me in a post. Everyone, good to see you. Tonight is Center of Light Shift. I shifted a little bit. I got some dudes on, some duds. Took a shower. I got my suds. Center of Light Shift. Life shift, yeah, light shift. Life shift. Light ship. The new earth. That's worth everything to me. The new earth. What does that look like? We're going to get into that. It doesn't per se look like anything. Or rather, it will look like everything something you've never seen. How's that? Because the new world really is not about seeing. That is one aspect of it. But that is not its fundamental nature. It's not its base. It's based in feeling, not emotion. Emotion is an ocean. Feeling, it's constant. Because you're constantly conscious of your feeling capacity and how to control it. It requires mastership, I tell you. I'm not here to sell you anything except my books. Might as well be honest. I love a beggar on side. Well, I love all beggars, but on side of the road they hold up a sign, and the sign says, "Why lie? I need a beer." So tonight, hopefully, I will get clear what it is for me as you just listen and support or not. I do support you. Hope you support me in having a joyful Merry Christmas season. It's the reason for the season. Let me look at my bullet points. Center of light shift, the new earth. The world of the old is dead and not coming back. If it could, we would never expand into the prophecy foretold, and that, my friend, is a fact. We now have the ability to store a lot more light because of the light bringer, Yeshua, the harbinger of light, that we've done the work around for many eons, thousands of years, many incarnations, to integrate that Christ principle. Merry Christmas to you, I share. And so now, because of said teachings of the light itself, Christ, consciousness, Christ. Jesus was a man who achieved Christ consciousness, the Christ, the way sure. Because of said teachings, we are now able to embody the divine principle. Sounds familiar. So now we're able to embody more quotients. I love that word. Quotients of light. Quotients of light. You, as a total being, is a quotient of light. Even though you're total and complete in and of itself, you are only a quotient of light. Me, all of thee, we're all full of the same light and might. Spirit has heard our plight, and all delight on this night. I want to touch a glimpse of the garment of the future prophecy that belongs to you and me. Sounds like a wonderful steak and surf and turf, or a vegan burger, whatever's your preference. I'm going to look at what the new earth looks like. I got all duded up, man. What's up, y'all? I just wore a white shirt, and then I just put a black shirt over it because it's cold. Cold as Hades. So tonight is center of light shift into the new earth. We have to hold the vision. We have to be the vision. We have to experience the vision, live the vision. Center of Light support. Gonna be right back. Merry Christmas. Oh. When the shift hits the fan, the shift is about to hit the fan. The shift has been hitting the fan, but the shift is now going to lubricate the fan, and the fan's going to really revolve as we begin to evolve. We do that because we become involved. Then we create a resolve. So let's move into tonight's presentation into actually the momentum. Merry Christmas. I love you. Never doubt that. Whatever happens, whatever you want, I want that for you. Okay, so we now have the ability to store more light because of the teachings of the Christ, who is the principle of light itself. I want to offer you this because I love you, because I care. This is not doom and gloom. This is bloom and loom. So hear it from this intention. But I must mention, heed this warning. We're moving into 2022, which is all promise, all possibility. That is what we are all due to get exactly what we want, conscious or not. Here's my message. When things happen in the future, 2022, you got millions upon millions, if not billions, of people focused in on that a new year. So you have all this 8 billion conscious focused power on change is due. And when this begins to happen, we all get what we want. Change is going to happen because we saw it in 2019 into 2020, 2021, and now we're moving into 2022, and it's going to exponentiate and open up, if you will. The door is going to open up. The exponentiation is going to open up. This is sort of the model One line goes linearly and one line goes vertically, and depending on the curve. I don't like using that word in this context, curve. When things happen in the future, this is your best posture. I am, quote, warning, and I don't mean warning, but heed what I am offering. When things in the future happen, sit back and be quiet. Absolutely quiet. When things in the future happen, sit back and be quiet. In the words of Paul McCartney, let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you want to ride the boat ashore with Michael onto the land of the new world, leave it alone. Sort of like the angel of death passed over the houses in the Moses story. Sit back in your house and leave it alone. I'm not saying don't be compassionate, because your heart will move with the beat of the universal Gaia drum. It will move. Other than that, process, empathize, realize, leave it alone. Sort of like the angel of death passed over the houses in this Moses story. This time, the lamb's blood is not on the doorway. This time, you are the doorway as the lamb's blood courses through your veins. I'm going to read that for me. When things happen in the future, now, where we are and how things are happening, sit back and be quiet. Shh. I don't like it. You don't have to like it, but you have to love it. When the negative, evil things that are coming beyond anyone has ever experienced as a world on this planet, you don't have to like it, but you have to love it. I love it. It's showing me how to bring up the next generation of children. It's a pillar, a signpost that says you have to go this way. And the only way you can get to the new earth to go this way is to go through things the way that is being described. This time the lamb's blood is not on the Moses story doorway. This time you, me, and the we of it all are the doorway as the lamb's blood courses through our veins. Let those you cannot help go. Let those you cannot help go. Many of us may not reach the absolute new earth into its full solidity, but at least between now and the rest of our life, we can live in the quotients of light that are not only giving us some new earth experience, but also being a catalyst to create it for future children. Most people think this is going to happen in a few years. It's going to turn over. It's turning over now. The 1% is already lost. Not only have they lost, they're completely lost in the fact that they're lost. This is about your eternal bliss. I know you have children, and their life and the unfoldment of is about theirs as well. So what can we better do than show and tell by being exemplary? Merry Christmas. From, let me see if I can find this, Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, which is, if you're interested in purchasing this bestseller, it's in the forum at the top. Joy to the world. What perfect timing. Follow that link to Amazon. Makes a great Christmas gift. Great New Year gift. Gift yourself with a new possibility. Let every heart prepare him room. All right, moving forward. From homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul. 1 second, there we go. I am now going to read you a snippet from that book cover I just showed you. My dialogue with Spirit many years ago. And it's going to be a comparison to a video. It's going to take me a second to set up and show you that this person many years ago, I'll tell you who she is in a minute, said the same thing that I said many, many years ago. This is not about me. It's about the alignment of what it's almost literally word verbatim. And I will emphasize that moment when it happens. Brother Robert. From homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul, Spirit speaks. Along with angels, highly evolved extraterrestrial beings have been visiting your planet for a very long time. In fact, they have seeded Earth with much of its life and have had a hand in its unfoldment since the very beginning. You may say they are watching over their investment. And I respond by asking the question, wow, that's some interesting new data, but what do you mean by investment? Information, Keith, is your missing link, and I have just given you a large chunk of it. Scientists have tried and will forever try to find the missing link in some fossil of a monkey man, animal, or plant frozen in the middle of its adaptation process. But the way things have actually evolved from one form into another is a little more complicated. I will not go into it now because then you would know everything about evolution and that would negate the point of it entirely. I respond, so I'll ask something else. What about the not so evolved aliens? Why do they come? This is where this absolutely almost without a doubt, it is without a doubt, but using almost the same words with who I'm going to cameo here in a second. Really keying in what I'm offering here, the parallel. I asked the question of Spirit, what about the not so evolved aliens? Hello, Debbie. What about the not so evolved aliens? Why do they come? Here's the parallel. Because most of them are like moths to a flame, and Earth is so divinely lit that they want to see what all the commotion is about. Keith, did you not know that the Earth is becoming a star? And I said, I didn't think you could do that. How? What I am saying is that Earth is all the buzz and the universal gaze is upon you. Everything you do is viewed as a source for the further learning by the many beings afloat in the cosmic life stream. And what they learn from you will enable their civilizations, which may be going through a similar period of elevation, to reach the next level. Hello, Melinda. So the gaze written in Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul is on the Earth. All of us, and really you, because if they can have a sample of you, which they already do, and they're sampling it as to why they're so salivating, so hungry, so yearning, so hardy to be in your intimate space in such a way it can be seen as jealousy, not in negative content, but as a compliment. And they're here to complement our exponential growth. So keep in mind what I just said or offered. And now this is going to take me a second. And now I want to enter the stage to Miss Dolores Cannon. Listen to what she says many years ago.
And the Earth is separating. We're going to be going into a totally different dimension by raising the frequencies and vibrations of the Earth. It will shift into a new dimension, And this is the greatest show on earth, because they said all the beings and all the universes are watching, because this has never happened to in any universe anywhere, that an entire planet will shift into a new dimension. And when this happens, it's like two Earths, as though they split. The old Earth is left behind with all the negativity and all the chaos, and the new Earth separates, and it will be totally new and beautiful. Now, those who have raised the vibrations and frequencies of their bodies will shift into the new Earth.
Keeping not in mind but in heart of what she said, Spirit says, what I'm saying is that Earth is all the buzz and the universal gaze is upon you. Everything you do is viewed as a source for further learning by the many beings afloat in the cosmic life stream. And what they learn from you will enable their civilizations, which may be going through a similar period of elevation, to reach the next level. It's happening. This is actually fucking happening. This is the most significant Christmas, Christ's Mass celebration to have ever. Hello, my friend from Russia. I wish I could read your language, but I'm doing everything I can to read the language of your heart. And I want you to understand one piece of mine is, thank you for being here. Debbie Grassberger Schmole in the house. So tonight is Center of Light Shift. The new Earth. That's worth everything to me in this birth, this lifetime. We're in the period of Kali Yuga. We're in the age of Kali Yuga in the Hindu tradition. Many people think this is all going to end soon. Much of it will. Purification. Absolute, literally, absolute. Then I'm going to say capital A, absolute. All the letters capitaled, absolute. And then absol, the soul, absolute, takes eons, many days, years, months, centuries. You see, the divine is not in a hurry at all. So why is this all happening? Because like you and like me, we like a good drama. We like a good story. It's all about the experience and the observance of the unfolding versus getting down the football field and making an instant touchdown. Let's say you go to a boxing event and you got Mr. Iron Mike Tyson against whoever said's going to claim he's going to whip Mike Tyson's ass. If you're for Mike, well, you're sitting in the sports arena and the bell rings, ding, and they throw a few punches, and 30 seconds later, Mike Tyson knocks whoever out, or vice versa. But don't you want to see at least a 10 or 12 round match? That's the whole point. It's the drama, the unfoldment of the flower. Though we can't sit and really, literally watch water boil or paint dry, but we at least are able to ride into the current. Depending on how old you are, deeper into the current, you will have the possibility and the chance of experiencing. Then, of course, our generation will cross over. We're going to be automatically in the current. We may say, this is my last time around, Keith. Don't be so sure about that. I might say that, but I'm not so sure about that. But I do know that if you're 84 years old, plus, you are not coming back. Because the level of integrated wisdom says so. Though we may choose so for ourselves, it remains to be seen. Because when you get on the other side of this roller coaster ride that you got on, that you swore you would never get on again, you're ready to ride it twice. Hello, Disney World, Six Flags, Dollywood. All right, let's keep moving. Excuse me. Let me get to my document. I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to take a song break. Hope you stick around. If not, come back to where we are at this landmark. We are literally 38 minutes, 33 minutes into this program. So I'm going to take a song break. I have a lot of reading to do. I'm getting winded already. I'm getting old, y'all.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose that you'll realize. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life, seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Make a choice.
You people down here on this world are weird. You stupid, you eat weird shit, and you drive like frickin' maniacs on the expressway. Ah! Don't make me go back home to Freak World. And don't try to follow me there. You won't last. We will eat you. Woo-woo.
Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! He's officially bringing the great I am! Is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap! The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap!
Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, season's greetings, happy Hanukkah. Here's a vanilla ice cream cone. Whatever you need to make you feel warm and fuzzy. The great I am, bringing Jesus to the trap. It's officially. This happened just over about a year and a half ago, outside of my apartment door. I asked her, what happened? She says, I have no clue. Welcome to Center of Light shift. The new earth. What is the new earth going to look like? I thought you would never ask. The old earth. You don't want it to come back. Many people say, well, that's your opinion. It's not. In a spiritual context, you don't want it to come back because your greatest exponential growth happens by leaving things alone, accepting, allowing, and appreciating the unfoldment of the divine lotus flower within you by having such an experience that it moves us into a state of fear, worry, and all these things. So it always brings us back to center, where the power of the cosmic will, the cosmic willpower, our own individual willpower coalesces, unifies, and completely anchors that prophecy. That is what this is. Old world versus old earth versus new earth attributes. This is delicious. I love my naps daily. I love them. It requires something of a great magnitude to get me out of the bed when I'm trying to go take my nap. This moved me. Old earth versus new earth. It's not just an image. It's a powerful, beautiful image of a young child holding the earth, Mother Gaia, in his delicate, tender, humble hands. That's real power. It's not brute force and might. And a little child shall lead them. And a little child shall lead them. Merry Christmas. It was a little child that was birthed onto the earth to help us feel our worth. All right, let's get into some reading. Lots of. Old earth versus new earth. I need some water. This is going to be a marathon. So I can sit here and give you ideas about what the new earth is going to be. but it has more of an impact and powerful effect if I offer the old world in contrast. It creates ahs and ahas and enlightenment and self-realizations and oh my God, I get it kinds of things. Old earth, devil, evil. We're taught about a devil. Whether you believe it or not, devil, evil. New earth, God, good. There's no gray area. The two worlds are separating. We're speaking about, like I said earlier, depending on how old you are, we're going to ride the lighter shades of gray towards that destination physically on the earth, depending on how old you are, unless you're truly moving into your masterhood. Fantastic. Contact me. Tell me what you're doing. This is only a model. Old world, dark. New world, light. Old world, hate. New world, love. And I know you're going to love this one. Old world, government. New world, the people. Right? And whatever form that is, it's an establishment. Has it yet established the divine principle and anchored as the truth, the prophecy, and all that is good and right forever? It has not. Without blame, it's just not a stable system of how we could do things to bring the dawning of the new earth. Old world, 1% elite. And this, I did this deliberately because it'll make the point. Old world, let me change the music. This is where it gets a little cray-cray. Old world, 1% elite. New earth, old earth, 1% elite. New earth, 99%. Rather, it's actually 100%. Because the 1% is no longer with us. They're gone. So it's now 100%. Old earth, hunger. New earth, food, nourishment, nutrition. Old earth, homelessness. New earth, shelter. Old earth, disease. New earth, ease rather than disease. Ease, healing, care for all people. Hello. Old world, personal wealth, money. New world, sharing, barter system. Old world, poverty. Old world, poverty. New world, humanity. That's the train that I have such insanity to board. That is salvation. That is home. Homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul. Old world, poverty. New world, humanity. Old world, border patrol. Old world, border patrol. Border patrol. New world, the world. Old world, judgment. New world, acceptance, allowance, appreciation. I accept you just the way you are. I don't care if you're a fruitcake, a nut, this or that. In my judgmental perspective, even in my judgmental perspective, I can at least become a little more noble today by saying, do what you need to do, bro, sis, whatever it is. Old world, theft, thief, theft. Old world, theft. New world, none, because everyone shares. Old world, theft. New world, none, because everyone shares. Old world, murder. New world, life. Old world, crime, violence. New world, peace. Short pause, lots of reading, going to be right back. And then I'm going to move into a segment on a subject that many people have concerns about. I don't follow, per se, this particular subject because it gets kind of lost. I understand the realness of it, but in the mainstream of spiritual hoopla, hype, 5D, ascension, I get it, it's beautiful. No one's discrediting or discounting your belief in something as a beautiful possibility. Not at all. But it's like watching the news. Our intention to watch the news is pure, but we're getting bombarded with things that are not really integrated and or grounded and solidified in a way that there's a cohesiveness. So what are ascension symptoms? In this way, I would like to offer you a model of going ever deeper than just beyond the words that have this fluff and buff and stuff surrounding it, which doesn't bring it to its absolute core meaning. I hope I can do that. I'm learning, like you. See you shortly.
yourself, you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
Merry Christmas, beautiful, sexy human beings. It's time to celebrate who you are. You are perfect in every way. Even in your brokenness. It's really about you being in your wokenness. Merry Christmas to you. Let's keep moving. The symptoms of ascension. It can be a little tough to be in this period of absolute ongoing alignment. My sister from Florida, Debbie Grassberger Schmole, I believe it was. I'm looking for it, but it doesn't matter. I think it was. She says, the 1%, bye-bye. Thank you, and you're absolutely correct. I'm so enjoying that experience of what you offered. But I want to put some icing on your beautiful angel food cake. Angel food cake. I think the pathway to the new world could be, instead of bye-bye 1%, is the 1%, they are not leaving. They're never going to leave. We're the ones leaving the old world into the new world as we leave them behind. In the past, as we move to the new earth. I'm assuming that we all understand who we are, where we are, why we are, and where we're going. I assume that for myself even. But I'm always keeping the door open. Here are these ascension symptoms that will help open doors and alleviate some of the chores and the sores that happen in life. The aches, the pangs, the pains, the woes. Ascension symptoms. You may be feeling one or several of these things. We are all going through growth spurts. You remember it was like when you're 12 years old and your bones are growing? You know that achiness, that ghost pain in your joints and this and that? So likewise, we're all going through said growth spurts. There's a lot of readings, so I'm trying to peruse through. Planetary system, galactic system, universal system, omniversal systems. People on Earth are experiencing physical, mental, and emotional symptoms. Those who are not aware of why this is happening believe they might be going crazy. Don't worry. With some gentle guidance, you can make it through this center of light shift. You can make it through this shift. How do you know if you're going through the ascension process? There's more reading. I'm going to cut through some of the cake with this knife. Ascension symptoms. Ringing in the ears. Your hearing is being adjusted to be able to hear higher frequencies. Right? And I'm not speaking about what doesn't mean I might have tinnitus. That's not it at all. feeling as though you are in a pressure cooker or an intense energy, feeling stress. Remember, you are adjusting to higher vibration, and you will eventually adjust into the new earth, the new world, the golden age, the golden planet that everyone, granted, is wanting a piece of throughout the entire cosmos. All sentient beings are envious of you. There's a lot going on inside of you. There is. You might feel disoriented, not knowing where you are. A loss in a sense of place. Because you're moving out of 3D, dabbling in 4, and for many of us, it goes to another degree of 5D. We're moving into higher realms, and it's at everyone's conscious, intentful, chosen space. You might wake up in the morning at 2 o'clock, in between 4 o'clock, 2 and 4 o'clock. Much is going on in your dream state. This is also a cleansing and releasing hour. Memory loss. A great abundance of short-term memory loss and only vague remembrances of your past. Seeing and hearing things. Can any of you relate? Loss of identity. You are trying to access the old you, but you can't, because the old world, the old you, because there are 8 billion people on the planet, on the world, so there are 8 billion worlds. So the old world you is gone, so you can't remember it. You lose yourself. We lose ourselves because most of us attribute who we are to our past, how we've grown up, our memory. When that goes away, it's like we're feeling lost because it's no longer there. You may not know who you are when you look at yourself in the mirror. Feeling out of body, basically displaced. Periods of deep sleeping. I slept all day today, all day. Woke up, got up a little early, took a nap, got up. I just hibernated. It felt great. Heightened sensitivities to your surroundings. Crowds, noises, foods, TV, other human voices, and various other stimulations are barely tolerable. I know this for me to be the absolute truth. It's like I'm sore, I'm chafed, chapped, just sensitive now to certain abrasions, that it's like someone not only peels the Band-Aid off, that they're actually putting salt in the wound. This is what it feels like to me sometimes. You're also overwhelmed very easily and become easily overstimulated. You are tuning up. Remember that. You're tuning up. You don't feel like doing anything. You have reached past rebooting. An intolerance for lower vibrational things of the 3D. A loss of desire for food. Yes and no for me. When I want food, I gorge. When I don't want food, I break fast. Your body is adjusting to a new vibrational higher state of being. Number 14, a sudden disappearance of friends, activities, habits, jobs, and residences. You're evolving beyond what you used to be, and these people and surroundings no longer match your vibration. Days of extreme fatigue, not for me. A need to eat often, along with what feels like attacks, low blood sugar, weight gain, abdominal area, a craving for protein, and the like. So in other words, basically, there are more anxiety and panic, depression, vivid, wild, sometimes violent dreams, night sweats, hot flashes. Let me see what else. I'm feeling you are going insane. You were absolutely going freaking insane. Congratulations to the new world. A wanting to go home. And I don't mean back to your parents if you live in another state. I want to go home. I want to go back to base, center, creator, home base, homecoming. Experiencing emotional ups and downs, weeping. Our emotions are outlets for release, and what we are releasing more so than not. These are cobblestones we walk over, through, into the new world. Again, the new world's going to take quite a while longer. But we're speaking from an external perspective. The new world I'm really speaking about, as I said earlier, differently. Of course, I want to walk on golden cobblestones and see jewels in the traffic lights, even if we drive cars, and everyone's sharing and sharing alike. I want to see all that physically with my eyes to behold the prophecy. But I really want to experience that within myself. That way I become the catalyst for those who follow me, follow you, follow we. And we may not want to come back when we cross into the new world, be it physically as the meek, or we get older, we get weak, and we just simply pass. We may swear, I will never come back to this earth. You may say that here on the earth. But on the other side, it may be worth something else completely different. Let me see if there's anything else on the docket. There isn't. Merry Christmas. For what that is to you, make it everything to everyone else. I love you. An evil greater than we can understand or ever imagine to be is coming. This is not doom and gloom. Even for those who this may affect, it will appear that way. But God's grace is in everything, because you see, it's not about this life. It's about our eternity. And the soul always yearns eternal salvation. And if in such death, horror, dismay, creates a beautiful illumination, so that when one passes through the gate into the new world, or to the gate of St. Peter into the heavenly domain, it's all the same. That's the true Christmas gift. I know we lose people, but we don't really lose them. They just become invisible. I get all that. And evil, like we've never known is possible, is coming. We can't even begin to imagine what that would look like. Because like I said, it's beyond anything we can imagine. And it's going to create lots of death and destruction. This is not a bad affirmation. I'm asking you to prepare yourself for what may blindside any of us when we're not prepared. Simply living in a cave of absolute ignorance of the potential of how energy and the dynamic of it plays itself out. You see, there's not a war in heaven. It wouldn't be heaven if there was a war. There's no such thing. That's horseshit. But there is a, quote, spiritual exchange in a very violent manner. And the manner of all that is good. The mansion of all that is promised. When I say violent, I don't mean it's violent as in horrible. Violent means to shake the clothes in your washing machine. The washing machine shakes the clothes violently. Takes on a whole new meaning. Wholeness, whole new meaning. The world is about to begin to rock and roll. And the Gaia herself is going to begin to regurgitate, vibrate, accelerate her. She will hasten her own arrival to her higher dimensional, vibrational promises herself. And we're going to have to grab onto the skirt and the shirt and the garment of the divine. Debbie says, any idea when our bodies will upgrade so that we no longer experience the ascension symptoms? Or will we fully adjust? Fantastic question. Both are true and both are not. I want to give you this, my time. Thank you for giving me yours. Any idea when our bodies will upgrade so we no longer experience the ascension symptoms? Part 1, when we choose to. So, that's pretty vague, Keith. When we choose to. It's our choice to realize I'm in said symptom. My knees hurt. Instead of just walking around the house going, okay, I understand this is an ascension symptom. Ow, my knees hurt. We can hasten its arrival by going into the pain itself, because we can bet that it does imply an emotional blockage as to why such energy movement can't go through the resistance of said knee. So in other words, this is an ascension symptom. Ow, my knee, I'm just going to deal with it. It will hasten its arrival to move through the blockage physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. That will hasten the arrival of alleviating the symptoms. Or will we never fully adjust? Same answer. Beautiful question. Thank you for letting me hang out in your amusement park for a bit, sis. That's lovely. The new world. The flag is unfurled